thing. But how would we create that in a, see, we all the Indians now in America live separately in their own lives, and there's just so much drive to be able to have their own car, their own house, their own lifestyle, and they get their kids, and by the time the kids go to after high school, they have to get to they have to be out of the home. They can't stay in the home. What kind of a culture can we bring about, trying to bring back that joint family idea? How can we do that in this America that we live in?
It's a very interesting and good, important question, but I don't see a way out right now. The only thing is, at least I have realized that it's got a value,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe few people, few families
Mm-hmm.
who understand and then started, like Swamiji said, that you can start a community living. Like here in Dallas, sometime back, one of the gurus, Ganapati Sachidananda Swami, has suggested that we should have a temple surrounded by the community. So I know that person from this activism thing, that the secretary of that Sangha, the US secretary, and he proposed, and then immediately as soon as Swami Ganapata Sachidananda Swami said, they immediately within 10 days they pulled in money, they bought things, and when they could not get the permit for the temple, they went to the city city and then had a voting and then got the approval, and the whole community, whole Hindu community, Hindu society in Dallas got together and then got the approval. And then now there is a huge community there. They're all living together. They have a temple just like in India, the temple-based living. And so all around the temple, there are a lot of Indian, I mean, majority of them are, the Indians who bought the houses there. Now, not only that, they are building those houses by the Vastu, and
Mm.
even the builders who are all non-Hindus, there are local Caucasian, the non-Hindus who are the builders. They understand. Actually, sometimes this surprises me. They use the Telugu words for a vastu, even though they don't know anything about it. They say you want. They don't say east. You will say you have Turpu or Ishanyam. I've got shock of my life when I hear that these guys who don't know anything, they learn that thing, and then if it is a northeast Ishanyam, you get a highest value. Like mostly in America, for a cul-de-sac, you pay a premium, but here for northeast, you pay a premium. North, northeast, or east, you pay premium. For south and others, you don't care. So that's a pretty amazing one. Good example. Started by one guru, and then it is one master. It is really became a reality for for one community in Dallas. And so probably if more and more communities come up like that, then it becomes like in India where you go open and all the kids. So even though we cannot have a joint family like in India, but at least all the Hindus who are all living here, at least they have more open society rather than closed door and I'm all by myself. I think that may be closest I can think of which is possible,
Mm-hmm.
and we could duplicate that model.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is, yeah, they're always there's things where you just said, right, Telugu people. A lot of people come together with language as a thing that'll bring them together as a community. But if you look at our Sangha, for example, Vidyan Sangha, you will see the mixture of so many different communities from so many people. Um, what is it that will bring us together as a community? Because yes, we can make all our experiences, all have experiences, and find the truth in ourselves. Swamiji uses a extremely nice word, discover. Discover Hinduism, and I believe that very strongly. That Hinduism something is, as your journey tells itself, that it's something you discover on your own. You find that what you've discovered from under Swamiji has made everything that you learned about Hinduism of more value, because it's now not just a knowing, it's not an intellectual level, but it's a experience. So what can we create to help people discover Hinduism on their own?
It is a pretty difficult one. I've been trying to teach one of the kriyas of Swamiji, which is really very very powerful. All they need to spend is 3 to 5 hours in one time, and then they
Hmm.
can experience
Hmm.
the real practical benefit of that thing. And so I've been teaching and then in last 1 week I taught around 10 people, and so uniformly everybody experienced peace, harmony, happiness, and intense a glimpse of that ultimate thing. At least a human being can achieve, not as an enlightened being, but at least as a human level. And they experience something they have never experienced in their life just in a
Hmm.
matter of 3 hours. And so,
What are
and
the
one of the guys who has some scriptural knowledge, but he had only an intellectual understanding of the scripture epics and Puranas and uh, Bhagavatam and things like that. And that person, my colleague, was saying that, Bhagwan, you are fighting against Maya. You think
Mhm.
you have a good chance of winning? It says pretty hard. The odds are against us because they think that the problem is outside you. The
Mhm.
problem is out there, in the external world. But and this kriya shows that where is the problem? The problem is not there outside. The problem is not there. The problem is not others. The problem is not you. There is
Mhm.
something called samskara. There's a karma,
Mhm.
that pattern, and that is the one which is tricking us, thinking
Mhm.
that it is something external to us is creating that problem. But basically the external thing is just awakening samskara. Once you remove that samskara, and then you are absolutely peaceful for that particular incident or the similar thing if it is repeatedly happening. And so it won't affect you at all the lifetime. Once you burn that samskara, remove that samskara, dissolve, and that's it for lifetime. That won't affect you at all.